Hello and welcome back to Asanas and Wellness. My name is Latoya, and today I'm going to guide you through a 30-minute morning yin yoga practice. A practice that it just helps you to kind of wake up, start your day. All right. So if you have blocks may be helpful for this practice. If you have knee sensitivity, you may want to have a blanket for your knees. Okay. So let's go ahead and we're going to get started in a kneeling position. So if you need your blanket under your knees, go ahead and get that set up. We'll be holding poses around 2 minutes today, 2 minutes each. We're going to start with some gentle spine movement. So bring your calves so that they're kind of out a bit so that your hips can either rest down in between your legs, or you're going to bring your blocks up under your hips. And your toes are slightly pointed towards each other. Okay, so once you're stable, just going to get some gentle spine movement in, bringing your arms up to cactus, and inhale. Let's draw the chest forward, lift the gaze up. Exhale, let's round the spine. Try tucking your chin, bringing your elbows in, almost to touch, or maybe they are touching. But let's continue this at your own pace and kind of make this movement very fluid, okay? Inhaling to open and exhale, just rounding. Feeling this through your whole spine. So make sure you're kind of thinking about your spine as you're moving, where you're feeling it, and where you need to feel it. Just a few more breaths. Breathing in and out of the nose. And last round. Bringing the arms down, we'll transition from here into puppy pose. So move your blocks if they were there. Maybe come so that your knees are under your hips. And then go ahead and walk your hands forward, stretching outward. Kind of like a puppy or dog who does this stretch, nice little stretch sometimes. As you're in the pose, your knees are still directly under your hips, resting your forehead to the mat. If you like, you can bring a block under your forehead and rest your head on the block instead. So it's whatever feels the best to you. Maybe close your eyes. Breathing just with your natural breath in and out the nose. And begin to maybe roll forward a bit to kind of help yourself press your way up and bring your knees about as wide as the mat. We're going to go right into child's pose. Big toes to touch, if possible, sending your hips down, and we're going to walk our hands over towards the left side of the mat. So allowing the forehead to rest down to the mat, extending through your right arm, so you're feeling a nice stretch along the right side of your torso. And if you have trouble with your mind trying to wander while you're practicing, maybe think about something that you're grateful for, and just allow your awareness to really feel what it feels like to be grateful for whatever it is that you are extremely grateful for in this moment. Maybe lift your head a bit and walk your arms over towards the right side, resting your forehead down to the mat. Really extending up through that left arm or left hand this time, still drawing your hips back. Maybe your hips are resting on your heels. Maybe they're not able to get there, but still kind of drawing your hips back. Slowly pressing yourself up and maybe adjusting back to center before bringing yourself all the way up. And from here, we're going to come into a low lunge. So if you have your blocks, you may find them to be helpful. So stepping your left foot up first, your blocks there for support. shifting your hips forward. It's allowing your hips to kind of sink down into the pose. Gazing forward. Maybe you close your eyes so that you are focused or less focused on what's going on the outside and more focused on what's going on internally. Maybe this is a good time to do a quick check-in. See, how are you feeling? What's the condition of your heart? So that you're drawing your chest forward, so you're not sinking into the pose, but you're still really up. Maybe engaging your arms, just allowing your hips to sink. We've stretched the front of the right thigh, but before we go to the other side, we're going to just shift back a bit, go into a half split pose by straightening your left leg. And you can keep your toes either pointed or allow your toes to kind of flex towards you, but drawing the hips back, drawing that left hip back. You should feel the stretch right along the back of that leg. You may feel maybe more intense, or you may even feel it. They feel differently with the toes pointed. Okay, but for me, it's more intense with the toes pointed, flexed towards me. So, but everyone's different. Just kind of find your comfort zone so you can hold the pose. Breathing so normal with your regular breath. Just let it flow naturally in and out of the nose. And on an exhale, maybe roll forward a bit so that you can do what you need to do to safely switch. We're going to come into our low lunge on the other side. So bring your right foot forward. Inhale, exhale. Just allow your hips to sink down. Allow yourself to visualize how you need your day to go. So visualize yourself having a good day, everything working out, you being okay, even if everything doesn't work out. Let's use our power of visualization to kind of help to guide our day. And take an inhale, and on the exhale, go ahead and straighten that right leg. Maybe you're flexing the toes, maybe you're pointing the toes into our half split. And even though you're, just as you need to, feeling this nice stretch on the back of the right leg. So make sure that you're kind of keeping the leg soft, if that makes sense. Don't tense up the muscle, but just allow the muscle to be soft and just really take in that stretch. And on an exhale, roll forward a bit to safely come out of this pose. We can move our blocks to the side for now and come to a seated position. I'm going to go into straddle pose. And so, come to seated, extend both legs out to the side. They can be as wide as is comfortable for you. And just making sure that your pelvis is tilted forward slightly. If you need to, it may be helpful to sit on a blanket to kind of help your pelvis tilt forward. Palms in front of you. Inhale. And on an exhale, just allow your spine to roll down. Toes pointed up. and just allowing yourself to just kind of naturally sink. As you hold the pose, you'll begin to feel yourself gradually sinking more and more. If it's too intense, maybe bring your legs a little bit closer together. Remembering to keep the muscles soft in your legs. Now using the palm of your hands, go ahead and slowly press into the mat to lift up. And from here, we're going to go into a reclined position for reclined butterfly pose. And I know it's been a while, but for those of you who used to watch me before, I still have my 4 guinea pigs making noise in the background. And if you're new to this channel, I have 4 guinea pigs, and so you might hear them sometimes. Okay, so bring the soles of your feet to touch and allow your knees to fall open. You can rest your hands on your belly. You can have them out beside you, palms facing up. Or you can even bring your arms overhead if you just want to get into your shoulders a bit more. And if this is too intense in your inner hips and the thighs, you can bring your blocks up under your knees to kind of support your knees and help hold them up a bit, okay? So just find your comfort zone in the pose. And using your hands, maybe press your knees up And we're just going to take a quick twist on each side. So pressing into your heels to lift your hips up. Send your hips over maybe an inch or so to the left. Bring your knees up. Allow them to fall over towards the right. Bringing your arms up to cactus position. Here for just a few breaths. If you find this to be a bit challenging, bring a block in between your knees or bring it under your knees. Breathing deep into this twist. And on an inhale, draw those knees back up. And then send your hips first to center and then over an inch or so to the right. Knees up, allowing them to fall over towards the left. Trying your best to keep that right shoulder down to the mat. If it comes up a bit, it's okay. And on an inhale, drawing those knees up, getting centered. Then we're going to extend our legs for a couple of minutes of Shavasana. So just allowing your feet to fall open, bringing your arms out to each side, your palms facing up, drawing your shoulders down away from your ears, closing your eyes if that feels right, and allowing your natural breath to flow as you maybe do a quick check-in, maybe just observing how you feel. How does your body feel? Do you notice anything that feels different from before you started? Just allowing your body to soften and observe. And begin to deepen your breath as you bring your awareness back to the room around you. Maybe make small movements And then bring your arms overhead for a nice long stretch. Pointing your toes, spreading your fingers, stretching your whole body. Take an inhale and exhale. Bring it in, rolling over to one side to press your way up to a comfortable seat, maybe a cross-legged position. And bringing your palms together at your heart. And we'll end our practice with a deep cleansing breath in through the nose and out of the mouth. Inhale. Thank you for allowing me to guide you through your practice today. Till next time.